Hey everybody, how y'all doing out there? Just thought I'd jump on here, do a little talking like I do. And what's going on? Well, what's been on my mind is this blatant vote buying from our current president. We have been just on a downward slide as a nation, and there's probably many factors. There's no one to blame. It's everyone that's, I don't know, just seems to be getting kind of ignorant. But we're literally at the point where we're letting politicians get away with anything as long as it's your party. You cannot tell me that there is not one complaint about our new president. I have a lot of liberal friends who did a whole lot of talking when Trump was in office. They were political Peters. They were all over it, all over every decision, everything. Oh, this is going to happen. That's going to happen. And this is another thing I hate. He's actually put me in a position where I have to defend Donald Trump. I really hate you guys for that, just so you know. But, when President Trump was in power, it was this is going to happen. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. This is going to happen. He's going to cause this to happen. And literally everything you said he was going to do, this president is doing. We're like on the brink of World War III. This guy is blatantly buying vote. What fucking sense does it make to just take this small percentage of people at this point in time and say, okay, you guys don't have to pay your college debts. Everyone before you did, everyone coming behind you will still have to do it. We're not going to fix the system. We're just going to give you back your money. If that's not vote buying, I don't know what is. And it's funny because yous are okay with it now. Democrats are okay with that now. But if that was a Republican, if the Republicans did that, yous would be all up in arms. But yous are quietly watching this guy just flush this country down the toilet. You're allowed to disagree with something someone says. I believe that's called drinking the Kool-Aid. That was a term you guys like to use, sheep and drinking the Kool-Aid. That's literally what yous are doing. When did Democrats stop questioning? I know you's always, you love your government. Government will fix everything. I get that. But when did you just stop questioning it altogether? When did you just stop asking your government what the hell is going on? Why am I paying $4 for gas? What is going on? And it really, really depresses me. I could always turn to the Democrats, and what's happened to that party is ridiculous. And you people in your 50s, 40s, you should know better. You should have the knowledge and the world skills to know that, this isn't right, that these policies cannot hold up. You can't just give money out. This, I mean, yeah, sure, I would love to live in that utopia where money just fell from the sky and whiskey flowed in rivers. We would all love to live in that world, but it doesn't exist and it can't exist. As we're finding out now, you eventually run out of other people's money, and then people come and they expect that money back. And the Democrats always it's education. That's their main thing. If they want to look like they did something, they just go right to education. They just throw money at the school system. Nothing gets fixed, but they just keep throwing millions of dollars towards education, and we keep getting worse, not better. It's funny. Just listen, this is true.
Education is to Democrats what tax cuts are to Republicans. They think it solves everything.
Well, it's not just upper education.
I don't think I've ever heard truer words than that. Whenever Democrat wants to get reelected, it's education, education. Whenever Republican wants to get reelected, it's tax cuts, tax cuts. Well, I'm here to tell you that tax cuts make a whole lot more sense than just tossing millions, billions of dollars at a broken system without ever trying to fix it. And it's getting frustrated. We just all please stand up and say enough. Can we stop letting these people divide us? These career politicians, these snakes, none of them are any good. Vote them out of office. Vote new blood. That's all. I don't know what else to say. If you're a Democrat, take a look at the Republican. Actually, all most of you are out there voting with no clue who you're voting for. You just go in and you look for the D or the R and you pull that lever without putting any thought into it at all. And I know it's not fun, but if you're going to vote, have a little bit of knowledge about, what you're going to do.
Awesome!
That would be awesome. Go in there with a little bit of knowledge. Instead of just going in there and, well, my mom and dad vote Republican, let me vote Republican. That's I don't understand when I vote Democrat. What do you mean you vote Democrat? Like every time, no matter who it is? Like if Joseph Stalin ran as a Democrat, you would vote for him? I don't understand what that means. You're basically saying you made up your mind before you even know what the argument is. I mean, that's a nice way of saying I'm too lazy to find out anything, so I'm just gonna vote for, these guys. That doesn't seem silly to you, then I don't know what to tell you. Because that just seems redonkulous to me. Takes 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Oh, these guys have websites now. You pop on their website, you read for a couple minutes. It's literally as simple as that. So just please educate yourself a little bit before you go in there. Do you see what's going on? Our rights are being stripped away from us from both sides. Republicans are taking our rights away. The Democrats are slowly doing it, and you just don't see it. I live in New Jersey. I'm literally afraid that one day they're going to make it illegal to move out of the state. They already charge you an exit tax. They literally charge you if you want to move out of the state. And this is by far the shittiest state on the East Coast. Our fucked up state is the only reason it's not the worst state in the world is because California exists. If California didn't exist, we would have that honor hands down. This is the worst state to live in on the East Coast. We are right up here in, liberal land, which I always kind of like, but now it's just getting a little bit scary. I don't know what kind of world you envision, but I don't think I want to be a part of that. Liberal philosophies were have a safety net for our citizens, not well, if you don't want to work, you don't have to. That's nonsense. I mean, any civilized society has a safety net for their citizens, but you don't just say, oh, well, if you don't want to work, this guy will work twice as hard and we'll just take some of his money and give it to you. That doesn't sound stupid to you? I love my job. I'm blessed. Most people don't like their job. I love my job. I love what I do. I love my boss. I love the money I make. But I don't like getting up and going into work. It sucks sometimes. I do it because I have to. I do it because I like stuff. I like to buy stuff. I like to have stuff. So yeah, you do have to work. You do have to contribute to society. Like whatever happened to that concept of contributing to society? If you're just a drain on society, and we've always had some, But to just now say, it's okay, you can just sit around and they used to be embarrassing. Now it's, acceptable. I don't know. The way I grew up, the father I had, let me adjust this. That wasn't, the way we thought. I mean, we were not allowed to think that way. That's almost, blasphemous from where I come from. And, I love the way that the world is going. It's just way too far. It just gets to a point where it's ridiculous. We're moving in a good direction. Employees now have their pickup jobs. The employers don't have this power anymore where they can just say, well, I'm the one that has the job, so you're going to do whatever I want. Employees have a little bit more leeway. That's a beautiful thing. But that's a far cry from, well, you don't have to work. I just, wish we get back to sensible, you know, government. It just seems like nobody is playing by any kind of rules now. They were always crooked. I always looked at politicians as a necessary evil, but now they're just so emboldened. It's just like they can do whatever they want. Like right now, they're literally in the middle of saying, yeah, when we called you crazy back then, well, you were actually right. But nothing's being said about that. All the people that were called crazy, conspiracy theorists, all that stuff is proven to be right. Dr. Fauci's just going to walk away. The, he's going to be the highest. He's going to have the highest. God, his pension will make him the highest paid ex-government official. Yes. This guy who just abandoned science, just threw away his, doctor knowledge and just, played rock star for a year. Let's not forget the dogs. That's another thing. That didn't bother you, my liberal friends? His treatment of the animals? That's okay because I didn't hear nothing about that. That guy is going to go down as just, I don't want to call him, Dr. Mengele, but this guy is just a disgrace as a doctor. That's obvious. He enjoyed the spotlight, he enjoyed the money, he enjoyed the fame, sitting, in the club box at the game. He's a disgrace. Special ring in hell for him. All right, well, wow, I babbled on for almost 15 minutes. Maybe we have to edit this down. But, thank you for listening. You can always give a like or a subscribe or whatever the hell that stuff is. If you like anything I said, leave a comment. If you disagree with anything I said, leave a comment. Just please be respectful. That's all. Open dialogue, people. That is what we need. So I'd love to hear from people that don't agree as long as they can disagree in a respectful way. Thank you all. Thank you for listening. Have a great day, and I love you all. God bless.